What is going on, Supers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, we're going to dissect the Collingwood Tigers game. Let's get into it. So, before we do dissect this game, quick shout out to the boys at the Carlton Draft, where they make all these funky ass t-shirts. You would have seen a bunch of giveaways that I've done for a bunch of their other stuff, but this one, Ginnivan, you can't really see it, says Ginnivan and Tonic. Shout out to those dudes. Sent me this little thing, so I really do appreciate it. Definitely go check them out at thecarltondraftshirts.com. All these, bunch of other Collingwood ones, love them. Again, thank you so much. But now, let's get into this review. So, by now, the dust has settled on Collingwood's loss to the Tigers, and all in all, it wasn't a very good day of football from our Pies boys. Not something that we'd come to expect. Look, some things were expected, some things weren't. Obviously, I went into the game with a full head of steam thinking that we were going to win. I didn't eventuate, obviously. The one thing that I really did like, and one thing that I want to get out off the top of this review is our fight. We didn't stop fighting all of the game. You know, there were times where this game could have been brutal. It could have been brutal. Richmond could have piled it onto us, and we just didn't stop fighting. We fought until the end of the game, and that's just something that, you know, Craig actually said this months and months ago, where it doesn't matter, you know, if we're up or if we're losing by heaps, we're going to see fight until the end, and that does show character. And yes, we didn't get the win. We lost by 27 points, but to see that fighting spirit all the way until the end and not hanging our heads and not blowing out a, you know, whatever it was, 40-point margin into a 60, 70-point margin, which it probably, you know, could have been. That's just a testament to, look, I always say it's a testament to the coaches and fly and stuff like that, but it's actually a testament to the boys, where they didn't put their heads down and they just kept attacking the game and putting the pressure on Richmond. Unfortunately, Richmond just proved too strong and too kind of, Craig said it as well, just kind of too mature for us. And I know that's a little bit stupid because we don't have a super young team out there. Yes, we had like, what, 6 or 7 under 23 players or under 21-year-olds playing, whatever, you know, whatever that stat is. But they were just switched on. They've got 2 powerful key forwards in Riewoldt and Tom Lynch. Just like Geelong did, we were up by however many goals in that third quarter. Geelong came and piled it on in that last quarter, thanks to Cameron and obviously thanks to Hawkins. Riewoldt, Lynch were let off the leash. They were just doing whatever they wanted, especially in that first half, where Lynch kicked 5 goals. Only kicked 1 goal for the rest of the match, which is nice. You could see that it was tightened up a little bit in the defense, but still, those 2 guys were let off the leash. Not much you can do without a certified fullback. There's a lot of talk about Darcy Moore this week since that game. Yes, I agree. Darcy didn't defend as well as he could have. You know, 1 or 2 bad games doesn't take away from, 1, his All-Australian centre-half-back jersey, and 2, his big contract, wants to be the skipper of Collingwood. That's awesome, that's amazing. And you know what? 3, he's not a fullback. He's not a one-on-one defender, and I will go to the grave defending Darcy Moore in this. Yes, defenders need to defend, I get it. Intercepting is awesome. You know, spoiling, great. This is Ruffy's job. As much as I don't want to put it on him, this is probably what Charlie Dean should do as well, you know, that sort of fullback role. But it's mainly Ruffy's job, that certified fullback who doesn't play off his man. Jeremy Howe isn't a good one-on-one defender, and I've said this numerous times, but he's forced to play one-on-one, especially the other day against the Tigers. No Jack Madgen either, so he didn't have that stay-at-home forward. Jack Madgen doesn't do that. He stays on his man. Yes, he gives away a couple of goals, but, you know, it would have been better with Darcy Moore intercepting and Darcy Moore trying to stay one-on-one, where he just couldn't keep up with Tom Lynch, unfortunately. But the coaches would see that, and they will make those changes for the Bulldogs on Friday night. Another thing that I want to mention is that in that first quarter and, you know, that second, Richmond really stopped our run. I really noticed it, and probably throughout the game, where I felt like that sort of run and dash, yes, when we did it, we looked good, and there were times we were doing it, times where we were taking the game on in the middle. Yeah, I just felt like we didn't have that running game that we have had in these last few weeks, and that what we're trying to build in that gameplay. So Richmond did well, credit to them, to kind of stop that. Like I said, it was good when it happened, but it didn't happen. It happened less than it would in the previous weeks. we just got to, it's kind of like a whole team tag, if you put it that way. It's kind of like that whole game plan was tagged by Richmond's pressure game plan and not allowing us any sort of movement unless we caught them on the break. There was a lot to like I had suggested at the start of this video. Darcy Cameron is really holding his own in the midfield as our number one ruckman. We got smashed in the hitouts. I think we lost by 30-something in the hitouts, but we only lost clearances by 4. So at least he's competing in the ruck. Yes, going up against Nankervis, going up against Jared Witts the week before, and now he'll go up against Tim English. Our midfielders are finding a way to shark the ball from the other ruckman as opposed to just Darcy Cameron and just Aiden Begg. So something that other teams do with Brodie Grundy, we're kind of getting them done. Darcy Cameron is just having a good game in the ruck and taking marks when we need to, kind of like what Brodie Grundy does. So, testament to Darcy Cameron. Said it a couple of weeks ago that I was off the Darcy Cameron train, but I'm well and truly back on. Another shout out, Jack Crisp, the most underrated player in the competition, no bias. He just keeps going about it. It's like 174 straight games as well, 9 inside 50s. I think it was like 10 clearances, 30 disposals, a goal. He'll probably go on and win the Copeland Trophy again. He's just everything. I just love everything that Jack Crisp does. He definitely plays for the black and white stripes. This year, look, I've talked a lot about losses that teach us a lot of things, wins that teach us a lot of things as well. This loss, I've also talked about like, we've won the stats here, but then we've lost, or we've lost the stats here and then we've won. This is probably one of the losses where we just didn't look like a chance of winning throughout. The Brisbane game, the West Coast game at points, definitely the Geelong game, we all look like winning those games, capable of winning. Richmond just came out and played like the premiership stars that they are. They're one of the best teams in the last 10 years for a reason. And that's just what Richmond do, and they've switched on. Of course they switched on against us. Dustin Martin comes back, Trent Cotchin comes back. It's just classic. Everyone plays, like it's a grand final against the Pies. But look, you can't be too... Yes, you can be negative about the losses, about Lynch kicking 6 and Darcy Moore zoning off and all these little bits and pieces. But it's just something to learn. The game plan still looks fantastic when we're taking the game on. We're fighting to the end. We are cutting into the middle. Even though sometimes it might not work out, we're willing to take the risk into the middle to get that fast action into the forward line, through the corridor. When Isaac Quaynor is taking them out of defence and running, and Darcy Moore when he's doing his Darcy Moore sort of thing. There's a lot to like. We're 8 games into a new game plan, and this is just probably something that you'll hear me repeat every single time we lose a game, this sort of thing. But we just got to keep positive. 8 games in to, it's the first year of a brand new game plan, brand new coaching systems. There's a lot of kinks to iron out. There's a lot of pieces missing to our jigsaw puzzle. Just remember that. But it's still a very exciting time. Even though we're losing, it's still a very exciting time to be a Collingwood supporter. But anyway, guys, this has just been my review of the Collingwood Tigers game. Let me know your thoughts down below. What did you like from the game? What didn't you like? As always, love to hear all your thoughts. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.